Good afternoon, everyone. So today I will be talking about React 360 and React VR. So I think you have all heard of this term VR, that is virtual reality. So basically, it is the simulation of real life experiences, and this framework or library React 360 and React VR actually helps us to create those kinds of applications which supports this virtual reality or like or it can also display like we can create applications which can show us 360 degree environments or ecosystems. So the picture which you see here is actually this is the British Museum, which has been and this website has been used like created using this React 360. So you can basically visit this website in a three-dimensional tour. So I will show you the site as well. So you can see that this is basically a three-dimensional website. Like you can so this site is related to this Arctic culture and climate, and this is built using this React 360. You can see the three-dimensional view of this website, and there are the different kind of clothes which are used by the Arctic people and their culture, and everything is shown here. Like and also there are tooltips which will give you further details about the kind of clothings and all that. So this is a possible application of this React 360 and React VR. Uh, yeah. So coming to what is React 360 and React VR. So as I said that React 360 is a framework for creating three dimensional three dimensional like interfaces, and you can actually feel that it is very close to real life experiences, and it will show you that 360 degree uh, view of the entire thing, like I showed. So it this React 360 is pairing with this APIs like WebGL and WebVR. So these two are the APIs which are mainly used for the three-dimensional effect. So here the WebGL, as you can see, is actually a JavaScript API which is used for rendering the interactive 2D and 3D graphics, and it is compatible with the web browsers like the modern web browsers we are having. And WebVR is actually replaced by this WebXR. So this is also an API which is used for support on different virtual reality devices like this Oculus and HTC Vive. So there are plenty of these virtual reality devices which need support, and WebXR is the API which is helping in that. So so coming to the next point is why we should think about React VR and React 360. So like you can actually experience a three-dimensional world like which is very close to our real life world. Then it supports cross-platform development. So if you're developing any applications based on React VR and React 360, it will be supported not only on desktop mobiles but also on VR devices. So it is cross-platform in nature. So once you develop, it will support on all kinds of devices, and thus it saves the development costs and efforts. Then it is also in alignment with the Web3 and Metaverse revolution, which although it is now at a beginning stage, but in future it may expand to like many applications, and thus this gives us a very enriching and immersive experience. So the prerequisites which you need to know before starting projects on these technologies are like this equirectangular images. That means these images are basically 360 degree in nature. So these are uh, s- the nature of these images is panoramic and spherical rather than just 2D images, which only works on the X and Y planes. Then you need the knowledge of 3D coordinate system, like the three axis, as we know, like X, Y, and Z axis. and the different kinds of movements which are happening in these axes, like the translate, like the linear motion in x, y, and z axis, then the rotation, like the rotation on the basis of each axis, and also the objects which are used in this kind of React 360 applications. They can be scaled, like the dimension can be increased or decreased. So that is what is scaling. So in the picture that you saw, that book, so you can see the orientation of the book is different in the two pictures. Like in one picture, the book is standing, and on one picture, the book is being kept on the table. So this can be achieved with different kinds of these properties, like translate and rotate along different axes, like x, y, and z axis. So building blocks of this React 360 applications. So basically, like how we are aware of the HTML native tags and or any customized components which we are building in React. In the same way, React 360 we need the following tags uh, for uh, for rendering the UI interfaces. So the most used tag is the view tag, which is the most fundamental tag, and it is acting as a wrapper or container. The text is the tag which where we can insert all this text and strings. The wear button is the button for handling the click events. The entities, the objects which we are using in the like the React 360 environment. Like for example, the book in the earlier site, like earlier slide. So that was actually an entity, and the environment is the ecosystem where the React 360. For example, in this case, the environment is that entire the entire desk and that lamp. So that is the entire ecosystem, and the book can be an object here, the lamp can be an object. So ecosystem is basically the environment, is basically the ecosystem where that React 360 uh, like applications are being built. Then there is also use of we can also use the we can also add sound or audio as well, using this audio modules. So this is how you can see that we can implement the sounds. We can add the sounds to the React 360 and React VR applications. So we have to import this native modules from React 360 package, and we have to use this audio. We have to destructure this audio module from native modules, and here you have to use the source where you have to use the path for the MP3 file. You can also add the volume, uh, like the volume can be increased or decreased. So in the left you can see that there is a VR button. So like we said that this VR button is one of the building blocks. So here so here on click event you can actually play the audio with the help of this audio module. And similarly on the right picture you can see that this audio is being played when you open the React VR application without any kind of events. Like when you open the application, it will play the audio. So it is using this method play environmental. So to get started, you have to have Node and npm installed on your system, and then you have to install the React 360 package using the command. And then for creating the project, you have to use the React 360 init and then the project name. And yeah, so this is the basic way to how you can start creating a React 360 application. After that you can go through the documentation or other resources to add any advanced features that you need maybe in future, like audio sounds or any other things. Then you can deploy it using this Surge. So Surge is basically a website where you can create where you can host, or where you can get the domain after you push the static build files. So you can install Surge globally using the command, and after that you can copy all the static assets to the to the uh, to the build file, and after that you can use the search command to get the URL, like the hosting URL. So I have created a very simple application related to this React 360. So you can see that the view of the mountain is three-dimensional in nature. Like you can see it in all directions. So I was planning to add some sounds as well, but audio as well, but I could not do that. I did not get time. So the applications and scope for React 360 and React VR is that it can be used in gaming applications. In gaming applications, using this VR devices like Oculus, you can see the device Oculus, which is a VR device. And apart from that, I already showed you one realistic application which is already present, like that British Museum. So there you can visit the entire museum in three-dimensional kind of world. So it feels very real, like you are present at that exact place. Apart from that, the future scope of applications can be many things. Like for example, it can be used for tourism, like city tourism, where this kind of VR applications can be built so that you can get directions to different parts of the city and different restaurants or cafes or anything. So and it will be in a three-dimensional world. So that is one application that can be there. The other application is that whenever you are searching for apartments or rooms, then you can then this kind of 3D applications can help you to see the entire view of the rooms and flats like that. The other application can be also like booking seats. How when you are booking seats in the cinema halls, like in the dark, it's difficult to find the seats. So if you are using VR applications and it can show you some light where your seat is, like that, it can be maybe a future application like that. So pros are that it can help. React 360 applications can help to give virtual tours for old people and physically challenged people who can't travel or go outside. Uh, and then this, if you are building this kind of applications, it's recreational in nature and you can explore your creative side. It also helps in mental relaxation and refreshment, and it gives you real world immersive experiences with the three-dimensional world and audio and sound effects. Cons are actually real life experiences cannot substitute virtual reality experiences, so we can't totally like get addicted to this kind of applications, and we should be self aware that how much we are using this kind of applications. And also we should not be, like as I said, too much involved in this kind of applications and get lethargic and lazy, like. So yeah, that's all. Thank you.